From People, Alicia Keys delivers powerful message at 2025 Grammys. DEI is not a threat. It's a gift. You know what I absolutely love about this is that you got this video, and I think it was like Billie Eilish. Was that who it was? Who's like sitting there going like, yeah, you go or something. And I'm like, yo, you guys lost. Like the popular vote was for Donald Trump. It's clearly not working out, and they're doubling down at their weird cult fest.
DEI may not be a threat, but it's purely illegal.
It's a violation of civil rights law. Exactly right.
Absolutely illegal. It's absolutely illegal. And eventually, these companies that hire based on DEI quotas and stuff like that, they're going to find out that they're going to see people that are gonna, you're gonna take them to court. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it tonight, but there's someone suing the company, a company about hiring what's it called, the air traffic controllers. A guy, like there was like 1,000
They were
people
saying if you were mentally unwell.
Yeah, there's that, but there's also apparently there was like 1,000 people that were looked over that had some of the best scores on the test. One dude got like 100% on this 8-hour test. You have to score 85%, but they didn't hire him because he's a white guy. And there's multiple cases pending right now like that. And when that kind of if I remember correctly, it's been going since 2000. Like 5 years, I'm not sure exactly. But the point is, once these actually come to light and you see that there's a lot of people that are suing or that have been passed over for important jobs, you're like, this kind of talk is going to be widely rejected. People are going to be like, no, this is not okay because you're making the world worse. We've talked about a crisis of competence on this show multiple times because of hiring people that are not qualified because of their identity. Like that is happening. That has been happening. And granted, thankfully, there haven't been a lot of these things that have happened, a lot of accidents. But the more you do it, the more the possibility becomes a reality. The more frequently things are going to go wrong. And, air travel is very, very redundant. Like you have to have a lot of things go wrong to have an accident, especially one like this.
Well, the meme now is that Pete Buttigieg was holding this all together like Spider-Man in the train. And that as soon as he's out, like planes are bursting into flames and they're crashing. I'm like, it is kind of funny to me that we've been warning you about this for years.
Yep.
And then Trump's not even a week in and we see a bunch of disasters. You're like, Trump must have done it. And it's like, or we've been warning you this was going to happen. Trump has not had enough time to do anything related to any of this.
Well, did you see like the latest like disingenuous attacks from the Dems, like Schumer and Pelosi and all that? They're saying to have the president of the United States blame these tragedies on persons of color and minorities is absolutely tragic. Like, no. We're blaming it on the system that you created that forces, or not forces, but where you actually choose people based on their identities, not on their qualifications. Yeah. And it's just more and more the same from these guys. They lost and they still didn't get the memo, or they're like refusing to accept the memo.
It's been 10 years of this stuff or longer. I think the first kind of inkling of this stuff was probably like when Barack Obama first got elected. So easily 10, probably 15 years of this stuff has been going on. And it's really, really ingrained now. And it's something that people have been complaining about and being called all the names in the world. If you said, oh, this is a bad policy, it's like, oh, you're a racist, sexist, bigot, blah, 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 all the isms and stuff like that. And now no one cares anymore. Everybody that's would be critical of this stuff, and they if someone from on the left says, oh, well, you're only saying this because you're a racist, they're like, your magic words don't work.
Right. Transphobe.
Try to put your magic spells back in your pouch because none of it works anymore. I don't care about your mumbo jumbo. I'm telling you something that's true.
You're talking about air traffic controllers being hired for DEI reasons, right?
That was the specific issue that I was talking about.
That's like homicidal.
Yes.
And I'm just if I envision who I would think of as the ideal air traffic controller, he's like a kind of nerdy white dude who's like played video games since he was like 8 years old and has incredible hand-eye coordination and incredible focus.
There's always the Chad meme. I don't care. Whatever the job is, the ideal guy is the Chad meme. Just a big ripped guy, and he's sitting there and he's like, turn left.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the qualifications that you have to.
He better be a gamer.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
And back to the Grammys, this is just like a huge moment of catharsis for all of these people because the wound of Trump winning is still so fresh for them. It was not just Alicia Keys, it was everyone who was making statements like this. I think one other celebrity dedicated, I think it was Shakira, dedicated her award to immigrants. Not really sure which immigrants she's talking about, and
Rabbit
said that they're
Indians.
they're seen and loved and everything. She's mothering them. And then Lady Gaga
think it was the carjacking
making a
immigrants.
statement about how trans people, I just want you to know you're not invisible or whatever. And it was just nonstop after that.
Nonsense.
Can you do that Shakira impression again? I think that was really good. That was
Wait,
really
what?
accurate. Can we just
It was almost a Kamala Harris impression.
We did it, Joe.
that was good.
I can't remember who tweeted it. It might have been Milo. Somebody was like, "I don't watch the Grammys because it's basically the pre-show for the Diddy party or whatever."
No one watches it. They've been struggling for years, and no one even cares about these things anymore. You just see clips of it show up on your timeline.
The
I
only,
didn't even know what
Move
happened.
on
To be
with
honest.
your life.
the only positive thing I can say about the Grammys this year is the Grammys actually managed to give a Grammy to a good metal band. Usually they blow it
Which one?
to Gojira. So they're
Yeah, but they
Wait,
gave
that wasn't-
Beyonce a country award.
yeah. Well, she wrote a country
the
record.
biggest DEI win maybe in history. Beyonce got best country album. Are you kidding me? Nobody liked or cared about Cowboy Carter, and it was cheeks. It was so bad.
wait, what's cheeks? Is that
Bad.
ass?
Yeah, it was ass, and she got it because she was making a statement about how black people belong in country music. That was what they were framing it as. So it was Black History Month. We're just gonna give Beyonce the award because she's here.
No, I got it.
Participation trophy.
I'm gonna make the Hollywood Actors Award ceremony, and I'm gonna give it to me and Phil, and basically just when they give an award for country music and they're not the Country Music Awards, it's just meaningless. You know what I
She
mean?
won over Post Malone, who has made so much country music recently. He's really good at it. I mean, I kind
really
of like
good
him
at
more
it.
as a rapper, but
F1 Trillion's good.
aside from that, he lost to Beyonce, which is just a joke, and everyone knows it.
Well, look, I mean, Beyonce, the music, the Grammys are all about the music industry patting itself on the back, right? It's all. The people that are on the Grammy Council or whatever,
It's a small group.
Yeah, it's a small group of people. Tom Morello's
Get
on
bought
it.
off.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, Jay-Z wrote a check.
when you end up the way that you get submitted is your label submits you, and then it's always who does your manager know? Does your manager know the right people? Can they grease the palms of the people that are on there, or at least are they going to take them to dinner? Are they going to
Submitted?
No.
Never?
Well, there's been times where our label submitted, but I've straight up said that if we ever got a grant, we would never get one because I'm not in with the people. But if we ever did end up with one, I would do the same thing that Randy from Lamb of God did. Randy from Lamb of God won a Grammy. Randy didn't go. I wouldn't go either. Randy took the Grammy nomination, the Grammy award. He auctioned it off and he gave the money to charity, and that is the exact correct
Or
thing to
even
do.
better, do what Kanye did. He just pissed on it.
Or
Fair enough.
he brought his wife naked to the Grammys.
That's
Yeah, he did that.
that's a thing.
Everyone's saying that he's controlling her and forcing her to do this. I find it incredibly easy to believe that this woman is debasing herself for money and clout. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I mean,
I just assume she's into it.
Oh, and there were
people who are
kids
into
there,
it.
by the way. There were children present. You can even see in one of the videos there were children present on the red carpet because there were all these Make-A-Wish kids there. It was insane, and that's a crime. I don't know how they're not in jail right now.
Honestly, what she did, it's for those that don't know, she was wearing completely see-through garment of some sort.
it was the most see. It was the most see-through
non-existent.
garment that
But
you
it's-
can imagine.
Yeah.
It's just one step past the line that the Grammys were already at. These
Oh
awards.
yeah,
ceremonies-
I'm not saying the Grammys are the pinnacle of human decency or
No,
anything,
I'm just saying that we've
but-
already seen nipples and stuff, and they just go but it's only a little bit, and they do things like that. She just was like, I'm going for it.
I mean, I don't think that Kanye could have gotten away with walking out there naked,
No.
but she did. And
Oh, so they got kicked out though, right?
It's really disheartening because you can't get away with this once you have cultivated a mainly Christian fan base, or at least people who profess to be Christian, with this worship music that he was making as recently as 2023. And then now with his current behavior, you can either determine that he was putting on a front the whole time, or he has taken an extremely different path.
We're talking about Kanye?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I love him. I listen to all of his music. One of my only regrets is that I've never been to one of his shows. I've been to 100 other shows, but he's a bit unstable. I mean, I don't know if there's really any method to his madness. Like, he's all over the place. I think he's one of these like crazy artists that
Well, a lot of people just wanted to take him at his word when he was talking about converting to Christianity and wanting to make music that isn't offensive and indecent. And then Carnival comes out and you see, okay, I guess you went back on that. And it's straight up blasphemous. There are blasphemous lyrics in that.
in the gospel album.
No, in Carnival, his recent album that was nominated, there's a line that's like he's calling himself Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, well,
So it doesn't get
Jesus,
more unambiguous than that.
Well, he called himself Jesus for. I mean, look, I think he's an unstable person, and also like he's obviously unstable. He was praising Hitler on Alex Jones. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I think he makes good music, and that's where it is with me and him.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.